It's interesting that she mentioned that I've been here since 2007 as a lecturer. I can always tell when a new school year begins because my bio now says, for more than 25 years, he has been in higher, for more than, it used to be a small number, and the challenge about teaching at a college or university is that every year freshmen are 18, and you're one more year further away from that. I am delighted for the conversation we are about to have, and I am humbled as I know more about the Jedicke Award. In fact, they were going to take it away. I said, no, let it sit out here for my talk. And it sometimes is called the golden apple? The silver apple. So I want to get apples to put in my silver bowl, but I didn't have time to do that on the break that we had. When I think of 2007 and when I came to the GSB, it was a really remarkable thing that the GSB did to create a slot for a faculty member in communication. I had been at the NYU Stern School of Business where I earned my MBA. Shortly after finishing my MBA, I was appointed to the faculty, not a pathway very many MBA students aspire to, but it was the one that I wanted. And I taught at Stern for from 2002 when I graduated until 2007 when Stanford whisked me away. But Stanford hadn't had a slot on the faculty for a communications professor since Mary Munter left in 1983. And so there had been a 24-year period with no credit-bearing classes in communication at the GSB until in redesigning the curriculum for the fall of 2007, they created the critical and analytical thinking course, and that had a very heavy writing component, and so they created a communication slot to support that course and create a team of coaches. But it was really evident to me somewhere in my second week on the job, I was in the faculty room and I was trying to operate the copier and figure out what the code was to put in. And Jeff Pfeffer, most all of us know Jeff Pfeffer, in his inimitable fashion came into the copier room and he's like, who are you? I don't know you. And I said, well, I'm J.D. Schramm. I just joined the faculty. He goes, oh, you're Mary Munter's replacement. 24 years. I don't know that we would really call that a replacement. But it was a great thing both for me personally and professionally that Stanford made the choice to open that slot and that I could step into that. I often say that I have the privilege of teaching at a school that I'm not sure I could get into. And there's a little bit of self-deprecation in that, but there also is, it is an awesome privilege to get to work with students and alumni from the GSB. And every new quarter, I am reminded of that. And what I hope to share with you in the next hour that we have together is what some of that awesome privilege feels like and looks like. And I'm also going to bring into the conversation some of my students and former students so that you can have a little bit of the experience that I get to have every day. And it's fascinating to me that not only do I get to be in the classroom, but I get to interact with alumni. My most recent alumni event was in the living room of Win Chesson in New York City. He had a gathering of LGBTQ alumni in New York City that I got to be the guest for just a few months ago. And my next alumni event is the last Tuesday in October. I'm going to be in Singapore. My husband and I are doing some consulting, and the night before the consulting begins, Ifan and some of the Singapore alumni have put together an event. And so those are rich opportunities for me. And now I get to have it with hundreds of you all at one time. So let's get rolling, shall we? I titled this talk, Communicate with Mastery, Speak with Conviction, and Write for Impact. And that really is the heart of what I have taught here at the GSB since 2007. And I can't give you all of that in an hour, but I can give you a taste of it, as well as some homework, as well as some resources that you can use to build your own mastery as a leader who communicates. I will, near the end, take time for questions, and so if you've got questions that bubble up inside, I'll indicate where's a great time to ask that. And I just ask that you wait for the mics to come around so that for the live stream audience, hello everybody out on live stream. My son is at the DMV watching us right now, so hey Toby, good to see you. Get your car registered, you're illegal right now. And for the recording, we want to be sure that we capture that. And with that, here's the agenda. Here's what I'd like to look at. In preparing for this honor and this talk, I looked at what has made, not me, but what has made us successful at the GSB in the last 12 years around teaching communication. Why had we gone through such a period of time where we didn't offer it in the curriculum, and now where it is one of the most sought-after electives, probably behind touchy-feely and design for extreme affordability, we are up there in terms of waiting lists and being sought out. So what are the 7 secrets to Stanford's success since '07? I love alliteration. And then I will move out of the 7 secrets and give you some 4 very practical steps that you can take based on the information that I'm sharing with you, and then close with some gifts, some resources that I'd like to guide you to as we look at this. I teach this formula in my classes. The finance professors are not amazed at the nuance of my formulas here. But I really believe that communication is leadership, and by the transitive property, leadership is communication. The senior leaders that I work with at the university and outside the university, when they have a communication issue, it usually is a leadership issue. And when they have a leadership issue, it usually is a communication issue. The two are very closely tied to each other, and yet communication is a distinct discipline. How do I write? How do I speak? How do I stand in front of a group of people and have presence? How do I send an email to an individual or have a phone call with one person and accomplish what I want to accomplish in that? And so I see that the two are very intertwined with each other.